Parshas Vayeitzei. You know, we've been going through the Parshas. Last week, we take Yitzchak, well, 2 weeks ago, Yitzchak gets a wife, the sister of Lavan. Now, we know one thing. Yaakov's on his way now to Lavan, and he's going to find wives there also. We know that the Gemara says that when a person gets married, he wants to see the quality of the young lady, he should check out the brothers. And that would be a good indication of the quality of the girl that he's looking to marry. So, Lavan? Like, for real? By the way, who's Yaakov's uncle? Oh, just making sure. Who's the other uncle? Who's the other uncle? Hey, Yishmael. It just did not have luck in the uncle department, right? So you're looking for, okay, granted the options are limited, but you're looking to love on for your, like, okay, yeah, for him we can get a sister. Sounds a little far, like hard to understand, I guess would be the word. Now, in addition, okay, I'm going to try to explain an idea. It's a very, very deep idea. I'm going to try to explain something I heard from my Rabbi. We'll see if we could succeed. But let's first get back into this parsha. So he leaves Beersheba. He's going to Haran. He goes to sleep at night. He has a dream. He sees a ladder with its feet on the ground going up to the heavens, and malachim are going up and down this ladder. Tremendous amount of discussion about this ladder, midrashim and mefarshim. What's going on with this ladder? And the Ramban, Rabbeinu Bachai, they quote the Medrash that Hashem is showing Yaakov as he leaves Eretz Yisrael and goes away from the security of his family. He's showing him all of the future galus, all of the future exiles that the Jewish people will experience. Of course, all of these things are if there is sin, as opposed to if we do what we're supposed to do. But he's showing him what galus is going to look like. And Yaakov's job, in a sense, is to prepare to fight this. And through fighting this and through preparing himself, to give us a tool to survive in the future in galus. And what does he do over there? When he wakes up, he says, he establishes the tefillah of Ma'ariv. Right? Yitzchak, Mincha, Avram, Shachris. Okay. I think we all know this. So he has this dream, and the malachim are going up. And what is he seeing? Says the Medrash, he sees the Sar, the Malach of Bavel. He sees the 4 nations that will rule the Jewish people. And by the way, we really need to understand where Yishmael fits into this, but he's not in this calculation. The other uncle. But we see the four nations that will rule the Jewish people. The Babylonians, Bavel. He sees the Sar of Bavel going up 70 steps, falling down. Then he sees the Sar, the Malach that represents Parasimwadai, Persia and Media, and he goes up 52 and he falls down. And then he sees another Malach going up, that's Yavan, over 100, 180, what's that number? And then he sees another one goes up, 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 that's the Sar of Edom, the 4th nation. And he never seems to be coming down. Hashem reassures him, it's going to be long. The last galus is going to be the long one, the 4th. But he's going to go down also. Okay, so the 4 nations, the 4 galus, the history of Jewish people is being outlined. You're going to go into galus here and there and all over the world. That's where you're going, all over the world. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to the present, to the Parsha. So he's going into Lavan's house. Who is Lavan? What is it? First of all, what kind of name is Lavan? White. Why is he called that? Like, was that actually his name, like that they called, like his father called him? Or is that the Torah, the name the Torah describes him by? Or perhaps his name was something like that in a different language, but in Lashon of the Torah, it's Lavan, it's white. So there's different ways that the Mefarshim explain it. But like Lavan, white. What do they want with this? I want to try to examine an idea with you. How many colors in the spectrum? 4, 3, 7, Roy G. Biv. That when I was a kid, they said 7. I think they added one now. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Does this sound familiar? Okay, so really the light that comes down is white, but if it goes through something which a prism, so then it divides the light into different colors. How come we see different colors? Because the light does not all get reflected from everything that we see. Many different colors of shirts over here. In some yeshivas is only white. We're much more exciting than that. Any color that you want, we got represented here. What makes something the color that it is? So the answer is that part of the light is absorbed in what in the object that the light hits. Part of the light is absorbed, and part of it is reflected. And that has to do with the way the item is formed. It has to do with the cellular, molecular structure, the atomic structure of the thing. We can't do a whole physics class right now, but that's how it works. And so the colors that it absorbs, you don't see. And if you see a red shirt, it means that all the other colors got absorbed, but the red bounces off. So when I look at you and I see that lavender shirt over there, I'm just seeing the light bouncing off of your shirt. If no light can bounce off it, if it doesn't reflect it, if it absorbs it all, it's going to be black. And if everything is black, you can't see anything. The only reason we're able to see stuff in the world is because of the presence of the white light. Now, the things that appear white, they reflect all of the different colors. What does this have to do with Lavan? Who is Lavan? Lavan was by the way, if you take all the colors, probably you've seen this in a museum, right? And you spin them together, they're all like in a wheel, and you spin them quickly, the only color you see is white. All the other colors disappear because the color underneath it all is just white. Okay, so Lavan was called Arami. Arami means he's from Aram. He's also called a Ramai, same letters. What's a Ramai? A Ramai is a cheater. It's interesting. He doesn't lie, he cheats. You make a deal with Lavan, he says, yeah, but it meant this, but maybe it meant this. Could have meant this. No, of course that you could marry Rachel, but you can't marry Rachel before Leah, because in our place, that's not the way we do it. Yeah, why didn't you tell me that 7 years ago? Of course. Every deal, Lavan always has another angle. He always shows how it doesn't have to be this, it could be that. It doesn't have to be that, it could be this. Hundreds of times, he changes the rules of the game because each time he finds another tactic to not to lie. No, I would never lie. You just didn't understand, and show how the words could have meant something else. We've all met some people like this, right? But Lavan is the ultimate of this. You know what Lavan is? Lavan is the world of infinite possibility. It's all possible. Anything. Every single color is contained in this white of Lavan. Lavan is the man who has no self. There's no place where he's settled. He's always just going here, there, the other place, always just making it work out that it should work out for his benefit. There's no value system, and there's no continuity. He only gets blessing when Yaakov comes into his house. Okay, Yaakov is going into Golus. You know what you need to be able to go into Golus? You know, we've been to France, we've been to Africa, we've been to Australia, America, anywhere you go in the world, Morocco, Yemen, anywhere you go in the world, almost anywhere, we've been there. There's been a community of people there trying to stay strong. Now, what happens is we go to the place and we get influenced by the culture to some degree because every society has a different way of thinking, a different way of understanding, and maybe even the physical reality of the place and the climate all has an effect on us. And people from different countries are just different. There are differences. And Bnei Yisrael are meant to go into Golus. And in every Golus, meant to come away and take something with them from that Golus. When Yaakov had taken everything he could from Lavan, the Torah says Lavan didn't look the same to him anymore. He had changed. He knew there was nothing left to be gained. And throughout history, we've been in countries, and then we never went back to those countries sometimes. That was it. We did whatever we were supposed to get in that Golus, we got. Now, also, the other thing that happens in every Golus is that some people remain behind. They get lost in that Golus. They get completely puzzled, bewildered. They don't know how to hang on anymore. And they get lost. And we all have relatives and family and people that we know who in the Golus that we're in today have gotten completely lost. And there's no longer any kind of connection. Yaakov is going to get a wife who comes out of the house of Lavan. Yitzchak got a wife who's the sister of Lavan, who understands that all of these possibilities are possible, but you have to only pick what you can use in your service of God. You can only take the differences that are there that allow you to stay connected. Remember that ladder? Floor has the bottom of the ladder is on the ground. The top of the ladder is in the heavens. We have to be on the ground. We have to be able to deal with all the possibilities that the world throws at us. The only way to do that is if our head is connected to the heaven. The Sulam Mutzav Arza V'Rosho Magia HaShemayma is one of the Midrashim says, the Malachim are going up and down. Yaakov, not the ladder, they're going up and down Yaakov, because Yaakov was the man who connected the heaven and the earth. Yaakov was the man who, even in the dark, could see the light. He made the tefillah of Ma'ariv, which you say every night. The other tefillahs, it was a new tefillah. The other tefillah, it's during the day, you can see, there's brightness, there's hope, the sun is shining. At night, it's dark, it's scary. That's why everybody's got all these lights on at night, because it's very, very difficult to just be alone in the dark. But Yaakov goes into the dark, because Yaakov has this connection, and he, in this place, he continues the connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the place of darkness, in the place of confusion, in the place where everything is possible and we can completely leave God behind and lose ourselves entirely. And he has a wife who knows how to navigate that world, who's seen all the possibilities, knows them all. She grew up, and she's a tzedekah. And together, they become the father and mother of Klal Yisrael, that none of their children are anything but Klal Yisrael. Avram had children, had a child, Yishmael's outside. Yitzchak had a child, Esav's outside. Yaakov could go into the dark and take the woman who grew up there, where anything is possible. If there's only white light, you can't see anything either. You're blinded by that. And through that, he creates Klal Yisrael. We stay connected in the dark. Gentlemen, have beautiful Shabbos.